When developing the EA211 EVO engine family, one particular aim was to improve engine efficiency. In this context, fuel mixture plays a significant role. For optimal mixture formation, it's vital that the camshafts and crankshaft are in their correct positions. However, tolerances that occur during camshaft production can affect the position of each cam. The camshaft sender wheels and their position sensors can also have production tolerances. The same applies to the crankshaft sender wheel and the engine speed sender. For all current and future EVO engines, these production tolerances are measured during production and transferred to the engine control unit. Later, they will be depicted as a character string or data matrix code. Special measuring procedures determine production tolerances on camshafts, sender wheels, and position sensors during the production process. This also applies to the crankshaft sender wheel and the engine speed sender. Later, the values will be transferred to the engine control unit. In this way, the engine control unit will be able to precisely control the mixture formation, despite production tolerances. Production tolerances are provided as a data matrix code and character string on the camshaft housing. On the toothed belt guard, they are provided as a character string only. Here's how to read the character string. XN1 to XN4 represent the cams of cylinders 1 to 4. XW1 and XW2 stand for the sender wheels of the camshafts and their position sensors. The numbers to the right of the cam codes represent the cams of the inlet camshaft, followed by the value for the cams of the exhaust camshaft. The XW1 values refer to the inlet camshaft and the XW2 values to the exhaust camshaft. The first value stands for the deviations of the position sensors. The second for the deviations of the sender wheels. Here's an example. In the first cylinder, the two inlet cams together have an average deviation from the nominal value of plus 0.18 degrees. Plus means that in the direction of engine rotation, the valves will open 0.18 degrees later. The average deviation for the two exhaust cams is minus 0.02 degrees. In this case, the valves will open earlier. The character in front of the asterisk is a control sign. Note that this can also be a blank. So if you mistype the character string, the vehicle diagnostic tester will notice via this control sign. This same character string is also included in the pattern of a so-called data matrix code. The tolerances of the engine speed sender and the crankshaft sender wheel will only be provided as character strings. Production tolerances are provided as a data matrix code and character string on the camshaft housing. On the toothed belt guard, they are provided as a character string only. When replacing the base engine, you must enter both the data on the camshaft housing and the character string provided on the label attached to the toothed belt guard. The same applies when exchanging the engine control unit. and it's not possible to transfer the data from the previous engine control unit to the new one. When replacing the camshaft housing, it's enough to enter the data on only the camshaft housing. There are two ways to do this, either by entering the character string manually, or, best, by scanning the data matrix code. When scanning the data on the camshaft housing, the tester will read out the data matrix code. The benefit of scanning is that typographical errors are avoided. However, the character string on the toothed belt guard can only be entered manually. Scanning is not possible here. When carrying out diagnosis and service work, please note the following. Never use position sensors of inlet or exhaust camshafts from other vehicles. They also can't be swapped. Their mounting position and the engine management are adjusted to each other. In contrast, new original parts can be mounted without having to scan the data matrix code. These senders have lower measuring tolerances. Achieving maximum efficiency for the EA211 EVO engines is possible by applying the production tolerances.